Have you ever been lost in a sea of NBA Twitter debates, wondering what the heck VORP, RAPTOR, or LEBRON stats even actually mean? If you're anything like me, all that stat talk can be more annoying than helpful. But don't worry, I'm here to break down those stats and show you what they really mean for the game that we love. Are these advanced stats really worth the hype, or are they just a bunch of noise? By the end of this video, you'll be the one deciding if these numbers matter or if Kevin Durant had the right idea all along. Let's see if they're as complicated as they sound, or maybe, just maybe, they actually make sense. First, we'll start with the basic stats and what they mean. First, we have offensive rating. Offensive rating measures the points produced per 100 possessions for the team or the player. The reason why it's per 100 possessions is because an average NBA game consists of around 100 possessions. For the 2023 to 2024 NBA season, the top 5 teams in offensive rating were the Denver Nuggets at 5, Los Angeles Clippers at 4, Oklahoma City Thunder at 3, Indiana Pacers at 2, and the Boston Celtics at 1 with a rating of 123.2. Next, we have defensive rating. Defensive rating is similar to offensive rating, but instead, defensive rating estimates how many points the player or team allowed per 100 possessions while on the court. For the 23 to 24 NBA season, the top 5 ranking teams in defensive rating were the Miami Heat at number 5, Oklahoma City Thunder at 4, Boston Celtics at 3, Orlando Magic at 2, and the Minnesota Timberwolves at 1 with a rating of 109. Next, we have win share. Win share is an estimate of how many wins a player contributed to their team based on their production. The leaders in win share for the 23 to 24 NBA season were Luka Doncic at 5, Domantas Sabonis at 4, Giannis Antetokounmpo at 3, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at 2, and at number 1 we had Nikola Jokic with a win share 17, meaning that Nikola Jokic's production during games alone contributed to 17 more wins for the Denver Nuggets. Win share can also be broken down into offensive and defensive win share. The leaders for offensive win share in the 23 to 24 season were Domantas Sabonis at 5, Jalen Brunson at 4, Giannis Antetokounmpo at 3, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at 2, and Nikola Jokic at 1 with an offensive win share of 12, meaning that Jokic's offense alone contributed to 12 more wins. And the leaders for defensive win share in the 23 to 24 season were Chet Holmgren, Anthony Edwards, Anthony Davis, Nikola Jokic, and at number 1, Rudy Gobert with a defensive win share of 5.8, meaning his defense contributed to about 5.8 wins for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Next, we have player efficiency rating, also known as PER. PER sums up all a player's positive accomplishments, such as made field goals, three-pointers made, free throws, rebounds, blocks, steals, and assists, and subtracts the negative accomplishments, such as missed shots, turnovers, and personal fouls. And then it returns a per-minute rating of a player's performance. The leaders in PER for the 23-24 season were Anthony Davis at number 5, Luka Doncic at number 4, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at number 3, Giannis Antetokounmpo at number 2, and at number 1, Nikola Jokic with a player efficiency rating of 31. Next, we have effective field goal percentage. Effective field goal percentage is a basketball statistic that adjusts field goal percentage to account for the fact that three-pointers are worth more than two-pointers. The leaders in effective field goal percentage were Grayson Allen, Zubac, Obi Toppin, Rudy Gobert, and at number 1, Daniel Gafford with an effective field goal percentage of 72.5%. Next, we have true shooting percentage, which is a step above effective field goal percentage. True shooting percentage is a stat that measures a player's shooting efficiency by combining field goal percentage, three-point percentage, and free throw percentage into a singular percentage. The leaders in true shooting percentage last season were Rudy Gobert, Mo Wagner, Obi Toppin, Grayson Allen, and again, Daniel Gafford leading the way at 73.1%. To round out the basic stats, we have usage rate. Usage rate is an estimate of the percentage of team plays used by a player while he's on the floor. This includes field goals attempted, assists, turnovers, and free throws attempted. The leaders for the 23-24 season were Anthony Davis, Paul George, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and leading the way, Giannis Antetokounmpo at 32.8%. Next, we have one of the more complicated advanced stats called VORP. VORP stands for Value Over Replacement Player. What this means is that it estimates how many points per 100 team possessions a player contributes above a replacement level player. So it measures a player's value above an average player. If you have a positive VORP, you are more valuable than the average player. The leaders in VORP for the 23-24 season was Domantas Sabonis, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, and Nikola Jokic, leading the way with a VORP of 10.6, meaning that he's 10.6 points better than the average player. Based on last season's VORP, the average player in the NBA was Christian Braun. Second, we have RAPTOR. RAPTOR is still a newer stat that's being used in NBA discussions, but RAPTOR stands for Robust Algorithm Using Player Tracking and On/Off Rating. RAPTOR uses play-by-play and player tracking data to calculate a player's plus-minus measurements and wins above replacement. The plus-minus measurements are then combined with on/off plus-minus components to create a total RAPTOR rating for each player. RAPTOR is similar to VORP in that it measures how valuable a player is compared to the average NBA player. According to RAPTOR, the average NBA player last season was Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Finally, we have LeBron. LeBron means luck-adjusted player estimate using a box prior regularized on/off. LeBron evaluates a player's contribution using the box score and advanced on/off calculations. This gives a holistic evaluation of a player's impact per 100 possessions on the court, meaning does a player have a positive or negative impact on the game. According to LeBron, the player that had a 0 LeBron this season was D'Angelo Russell, meaning he had no impact on the court. In conclusion, the world of advanced basketball stats can initially seem overwhelming, with metrics like VORP, RAPTOR, and LeBron sparking intense debates amongst fans and analysts. These stats offer a deeper understanding of a player's contribution beyond traditional box scores. By examining stats such as offensive and defensive rating, win share, player efficiency rating, we gain insights into the multifaceted nature of basketball performance. While advanced stats can enhance our appreciation of the game, it's important to remember that they're tools that complement rather than replace the excitement and unpredictability of watching basketball. Ultimately, whether you embrace these advanced stats or view them with skepticism, they contribute to the ongoing evolution of how we analyze and appreciate the sport of basketball.